Hello everyone, my name is Julian. I'm here to do an album review. This time is Alice in Chains, Black Gives Way to Blue. This album was released back in 2009. It is their latest studio album. It comes with 11 tracks. And the reason I've been getting into Alice in Chains because I kind of left my grunge music. And so I kind of wanted to go back, and I thought Alice in Chains was a great start because I've already heard Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Bush. And so, Alice in Chains just was the right decision. Thing is, people would be like, why would you use their latest material? Black Gives Way to Blue doesn't have Lainey as a singer, or Lane, I'm sorry, if I can't pronounce the name. It has a new singer, and so people kind of are on the fence and saying, like, the new Alice in Chains is nothing like the old one. And I heard the old Alice in Chains, and I heard this album, and even though it doesn't sound exactly the same, and the vocals are not exactly the same, the feel for the album, the style, it's still grunge. It still feels like the 90s. It doesn't feel modern. It's not like there's a drastic change. It's very seamless, very nice. And so this is the one that I picked because this is the one they're going to continue with. This is the setup that's going to put the next album and the next one after that if they continue to be together. And so that is my decision for picking Black Gives Way to Blue, which it actually is a very, very solid record. I don't think it's the greatest record of all time or the best grunge record. In my opinion, that could either be 16th Stone or Alive by Pearl Jam. But, you guys could argue with that. But this one, the beginning of this album is fucking incredible. Like, every single song back to back is great. And that's what I'm afraid of. Usually when albums do that, the latter of the album has the bad or, the reject songs that kind of just left there to finish off the album. Luckily, Black Gives Way to Blue, the title track, saves the ending with a heartwarming song that, the meaning is you can be in such a sad and lonely place, but, there's light. There's always light in that place, and you can come out of it. The Black Gives Way to Blue. This was an explanation by one of the band members, so I'm not sure how other people have interpreted the meaning of Black Gives Way to Blue. And obviously it's about the passed away singer, but it saves the album. It's a really emotional track. Like, it could really put you in a different mood, and people have said they tear up listening to this album. But it's a bunch of styles. They have the slow styles at the beginning. They could have a slow but heavy distorted guitar that it's not like sweeping or shredding guitar, but it's still distorted, and it gives you this new sound. And then there's obviously the acoustic sounding tracks that you can tell they recorded it live instead of with an audio interface or in the studio. It's kind of like a microphone, professional microphone, and the guitar itself, and you can hear the strumming and the picks, and it gives you like this live, unplugged feeling, I guess, from, again, seeing them live, I guess you could say. There's solos as well. They're, again, not in your face, shredding, aggressive. They're respecting the song and giving it a whole new light. And, again, bringing the 90s back a little bit with this 2009 record. And I don't think they violated any Alice in Chains music style. When I heard this album and picked it up, it felt just like when I listened to a couple of tracks in Dirt and Man in the Box, from Facelift. And it just, obviously it's not going to be the same, but that's, even if they had the same singer, the sound changes, bands progress, and so you wouldn't get a 90s Facelift album if Lane was still here, Laney. You would get something else. So the fact that they could still stay so true to the sound of that time it's pretty impressive. It's just that they positioned the songs horribly. unless you like the ending tracks, but they just felt like disjointed and a style that only die-hard Alice in Chains fans would like. I like it, but not as attractive. It uses a lot of weird combination of sounds, and it could work for some people. It just didn't really put me or immersed me into the song, just like the first couple of tracks did. Lose My Brain, or Check My Brain, It's Your Decision, and others really do shine and then the middle and towards the end kind of, you know, dies down, and then the ending track kind of saves it. But you can't really excuse that. The album is pretty long. You can sort of enjoy it. I don't know if you can enjoy it as a whole because of what I said, but you can definitely pick out some tracks, and they're, you know, they're forever like a classic. Like, I think Black Gives Way to Blue is a classic, just like Nutshell was. And both, you know, the guitarist and the new singer kind of swish off singing some tracks and, you know, harmonizing together to give you a new depth, something more emotional. And I really like it. I really enjoy it. This album is 6.5 out of 10. It started going down. The score started high and it started slowly declining as each track went on, and the album didn't feel put together very well. If the song placement was different, then you could listen to it as a whole and the album would have felt much better. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next Tuesday with maybe some surprise on, you know, the weekend. Definitely a surprise this weekend for the other channel, Enigmas. Follow me on Twitter down there, and stay tuned.